It's the People Station, V103, the ATL's number one for hip-hop, R&B, and throwbacks, the Big Tigger Morning Show with Jazzy, McBee, and Frank Ski sitting in for the vacationing Big Tigger. I was looking, Jazzy, on the front of the Douglas County Sentinel newspaper, and there's a big story on there. We've been hearing about the death of Malachi Mitchell, where his mom is saying that her son was murdered.
Right.
But yet the Douglas County investigators and police department aren't giving any answers right now. The story goes into what happened with Malachi Mitchell as he was in a car with another man, and they were getting ready to do a gun transaction. And the police pulled over the other man in the car after driving erratically, and when they pulled the other car over, they saw Malachi Mitchell in the car, shot to death. So you have a situation where the police pull over somebody for driving erratically, see a boy in the car, shot dead, but yet let the driver go. And his mom has really been leading the cause to have this investigated and really trying to get some answers about what has happened to her son. And Kenya Mitchell is here right now with us.
Thank you.
I know
so
this
much.
is difficult. You keep reliving it all over again, and you've been fighting for your son for 6 months.
Absolutely.
And still no answers.
No answers. No answers in 6 months. It's very frustrating. It's extremely frustrating. I just don't understand why no one has come to my door. You would think with such a tragedy, you would think that the sheriff of the town or someone, anyone from Douglas County would come to my door to have some type of compassion and this is what happened and we want to give you an update. It's none of that. We don't have any updates since January 30th, 2025. And now we're at July 21st, 2025. And I don't even know how many times my son was shot. I don't even know where my son was shot. I don't even know why my son was shot. I don't even know why they allowed the guy to walk away.
No
So
answers.
it's no peace. Do you understand?
Right.
It's no peace. The only reason why I know the information, or the only reason the information was released from the statement that they made back in February was because of media pressure. And when they released the video, that's the only statement that we have. The same thing that the public has. And when you go through the video that they rushed to put out, this 2-minute video, it's extremely concerning because when you're listening to it, it sounds as though you just listed cold-blooded murder.
Right.
The lieutenant also stated accessory to the crime.
But he hasn't been detained. He hasn't been
you
arrested.
understand?
He hasn't been. So let me take it back just a little bit. So the only reason why you said when you did the interview, you said you found out your son was in the same place way too long.
Absolutely.
And you had a feeling.
It was okay. So the way that it happened was my son left home at 11:30 p.m. His TV was on. The food was there. His other phone was there. You could tell he was just running out. When I got home that night around 7 or 8, all of my children were in the house, including my 21-year-old son. So when I went to bed at 10:30, I'm thinking the house is shut down. It's no activity going on because my son knows once the house is shut down, it's shut down.
Yeah, it's shut down.
I don't like him going in and out all through the night. I don't like that. But he
Right.
does have the downstairs, so I wasn't aware that he went out the house. I got woke up at 2:26 a.m. by my daughter stating that one of his friends was looking for him. And I immediately jumped up and I immediately started praying.
Because did you feel like something was wrong?
Because I was fighting in my sleep.
Oh.
I was fighting in my sleep. So when my daughter woke me up, it felt like I had slept a long time. And I'm never that sleepy. Like, I'll get in the bed and start winding down around 10 something, but I'm never just knocked out at 10:30, you know? So that day I was. So when she came, but I remember fighting in my sleep, and I remember being very frustrated about it to where I took my socks off, I threw pillows off the bed, but I wasn't aware of what I was going through because I would never have thought
that's that mother's intuition.
Yeah. Exactly. So when my son was dying, I was feeling it. It's almost like an invisible umbilical cord. I feel as though, so when my feet hit the ground at 2:26, I immediately started praying. Lord, help me, Lord. Help me, Lord. Help me, Lord. And I didn't know why. I knew, like, that's when it.
And you followed his location on his phone?
Yes, sir. I looked at his location. And I saw that it had been at the same spot for 2 hours, which was the Home Depot on Thornton Road, 1000 Thornton Road.
I know exactly where that is.
Yes. So it had been there since 12 o'clock. It's 2:26. I immediately jump into the car. When I jump into the car, I get to the scene at 2:42 a.m. When I get to the scene, I see one corner and one cop car. It's only 2 people at a homicide scene. Now, I don't know what's going on because all I know is my son's phone is pinging at this location. Now, I don't know what side of the fence my son is on.
Right.
You know, because all I see is a corner van with doors open.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. The doors were open, but there was nothing in there. The stretcher wasn't in there. There was nobody there.
Okay.
So my son was on the ground.
Did you know that was him when you pulled up? Or
no, I didn't know. I knew. I did know, but I didn't know.
No, right.
You understand?
Right.
My spirit knew. When I got there, I got out of my truck and I just started to back up in disbelief. And I just started saying, no,
Jesus.
no. And I just started backing up in disbelief. So the officer comes. One officer comes, man, what are you doing here? I couldn't speak. I'm looking for my son. And who is your son? Well, how did you know to come here? Where is my son? Is saying his phone, ma'am, we need you to go down to the sheriff's office. Okay. I go down to the sheriff's office. So when I get down to the sheriff's office, mind you, there's a lot of emotional stuff going in between the time that we don't have to walk down that. But by the time I get to the sheriff's office at 3-something in the morning, my son's phone is now pinging there. So now I'm further confused because now, okay, is my son dead or alive?
But no one's telling you this at this
me
particular
anything.
time.
And you identified yourself and everything.
Identified myself.
Wow.
Absolutely. So my son, because he ran out the house, he didn't have an ID on him.
Oh,
because, mind you, he was going to do a gun sale. I don't agree with guns, never like guns, don't do toy guns, I don't do Nerf guns, I don't like guns.
So how do you know it was a gun sale? They told you that?
That's what they told me. And one of his friends said that that's what he was going to do. That's the only way that I know. And because I saw the conversation.
Okay.
So it definitely was a gun sale. I saw the conversation between him and the killer, which is the reason why I knew the name of the killer. But get this, when I get to the sheriff's office, all they do is, I just said, is my son dead or alive? Like, what side of the fence is he on? Because his phone is pinging here. It was just at a scene, but now it's here. So is he in the back of a cop car or is he in the corner?
Yeah, where is he?
Where's my son? Oh, ma'am, come up to the 3rd floor. We go to the 3rd floor. They take me into an interrogation room. I wait there. Yes, ma'am. They take me into an interrogation room. When I get to the interrogation room, the lady puts a recorder on there and has her notebook and a paper. And she says, now tell me, how did you know to come to the location?
Like you had something to do with it.
I am his mother. First of all, tell me where my son is.
Do you understand? I said,
oh my gosh.
Ma'am, I need to know where my son is at. Is he dead or where is my son? I'm not doing this. I stand up, I go out, I'm loud. You can imagine.
Of course.
A lady comes around the corner. A Caucasian lady comes around the corner, investigator. She hears all the roop rah. She comes around the corner and she looks at me and she says, the perpetrator said the man he shot name is Malachi. That's how they told me. Word for word, verbatim.
Mm-hmm. So they're saying they didn't charge the shooter.
So now, fast forward, I'm trying to identify my son. That's the only thing she told me. I said, well, ma'am, can I show you a picture of my phone so you can make sure this is the person? She said, no, I can show you a gory photo, but you're gonna be the last thing you remember him by. I felt like she was taunting me. My mother says, I'll see it. I want to know if that's my grandson. I told the lady, you don't have permission to show my mother that photo. I don't care what she says. As his mother, you don't have my permission to show that photo. Right. The Caucasian looked me in my eyes and said, ma'am, I don't need your permission to show a dead body.
Oh, my gosh.
I said, okay. I said, Mom, let's go. So that was the last time.
Let me ask you this.
That's your son's body, though. That's
very disrespectful. I felt very disrespected. I felt very... I don't even know the word for it. Less than.
Yeah. So let me ask you the question that people are probably trying to figure out right now. If they let the shooter go, they haven't charged the shooter. Do you think there's some kind of cover-up?
Absolutely.
Why?
The reason I think it's a cover-up is because if it's not a cover-up, they should be able to come out and say whatever it is
that happened.
Do you understand? If I'm asking them,
why? Because they haven't told you. They haven't told you what he said.
Nothing. I've been asking since day one. I was at the scene at 2:42 a.m. We found out that the guy was at home before 2 p.m. that day.
And you haven't talked to him either.
It was not from them.
Oh my God!
It was not from them.
Have you tried to talk to him?
To the
shooter?
Oh no. No, I have not.
Yeah.
I have not. But I've seen posts that he did post on my birthday that was very arrogant and disrespectful with the middle finger and a laughing emoji saying OG white boy.
Oh my gosh.
And that was 3 months after he killed my son. So the reason I believe that this is a cover-up, when I got to the scene, I didn't see any yellow tape. I didn't see any crime scene. I didn't see any investigators. Why is it only 2 people at the crime scene? Where is everyone else? And furthermore, where is the vehicle?
The car that he was actually in.
Where's the vehicle?
Because
that's the crime scene.
Uh-huh.
The vehicle is the crime scene. Where is that? Because when I got there, I didn't see no vehicle.
Just your son on the ground.
You understand? The coroner van and the cop car and no crime scene. Where's the crime scene?
What are you hoping to happen?
I am hoping to get answers and justice for a lot of families in Douglas County. Douglas County has been doing this for a long time. And it's not about a race thing. I don't want anybody to get caught up in this race thing because the only color is blue, okay? And that's another thing. On their statement, they went to say after the sale was completed, it was a tussle in the car, and the driver, who was also the shooter, pulled out a second firearm and fatally shot Malachi Mitchell. That's premeditation. Why do you have a second firearm? And furthermore, it says that he was shot multiple times. That's the only thing I know. So why are you multiple shooting? Why is it multiple times? That sounds like intent. And furthermore, what's a little more alarming, they went out their way to say the driver who was also the shooter. So how can you do all of these things at one time? How can you be driving, tussling, and pull another gun and fatally shoot my son and on the phone calling people because they say he was on the phone trying to get rational advice? But the last time I checked, I think that's an accessory to the crime. So I'm just confused on so many levels.
I'm just trying to figure out why they have not given you any answers from January to July. Like nobody's called your phone. Nobody gave an update. Are they avoiding your calls?
Absolutely. I don't feel like they're avoiding the calls. I feel like they don't know what to do. They weren't expecting this. They weren't expecting a mother to be at the scene at 2:42 a.m. on a Tuesday night and going into Wednesday morning. See, by the time I got there, they've already done everything they done did. So it's too late. Y'all done did whatever you done did. And guess what? I'm right here at the scene. Because in my heart, I honestly believe they wanted me to sleep through the night. And I wake up and, oh my goodness, where's my son? And then I have to put in a missing report. And then they come to my door a few days later with that nonsense. Man, we found your son. He was here. We found him in a ditch. He had multiple gunshots. We don't know who did it. Da, 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 da. That's what my God told me. And I've been saying that since January 30th.
Day one.
And I'm so glad it's all on record because I want to see how this is going to play out. Do you understand?
You have an investigator now?
Yes.
Okay. Good.
I'm working on that. I
Okay.
am the investigator.
You asking for help with that?
Yes. If anyone is able to help, I don't, even if it's not even funding, I don't like asking for no money or nothing. Never been that type of person. But even if you can just repost or sign the petition, anything that the public is able to do, like I said, just imagine you not knowing anything. I wouldn't know anything. The only reason I know the name of the killer is because of my own investigating, not because they told me. The only reason I knew they let him go home within 12 hours is because of my own investigation, not because they told me.
Now, is there a police report? Because
there is no police report.
There's no police report.
I have an attorney.
All?
I have an attorney and I have a team of people that have been trying to get information from the authorities, and nothing. My people can't even finish what they're doing because they have no cooperation from the local authorities.
All right.
Now, what about an attorney? I'm sorry.
The attorney has. We've done open records requests, all of that. They haven't given no body cam footage, no dash cam footage, no police report.
And how can people reach you?
You can reach me at Justice for Malachi Mitchell on Instagram, and that's Justice with the number 4, Malachi, Malachi, Mitchell, Mitchell. And like I said, I have a 501c3. We're going to be doing events all over the city, gun awareness, trying to get people not to have to go through this, going for transparency laws, going for apps to where families are able to get onto the portal and have access to your victims' file, and it must be updated, and have an advocate that's assigned to that case that keeps in close contact with the family, keep them updated, because leaving families in the dark, this is crazy. This is what they do. And if I didn't have the resources and the things that I have on my team, I would be just in the dark with no answers.
Absolutely. We're so sorry for your loss.
I know.
And I appreciate you guys so much.
We appreciate you coming through so much.
And you also can go on change.org. It's on the link on Instagram. If you guys could please spread it, sign the petition, demand answers, because it's bigger than my son. They will do this to anyone's son. Do you understand? And it doesn't matter about the race, okay? This is just how this is how they operate. They're creating a narrative that my son, they were protecting the killer because of a gang. Well, in my opinion, why don't you tell the community what the name of the gang is so we all can be aware?
Right.
But they can't, because it's made up. It's a narrative. What does the gang look like?
Right.
If you want to protect the killer that murdered my son, tell us the name of the gang. Right. Tell us what they look like, because the whole community needs to be aware. But they're not able to do that because it's a made up narrative.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you so
Kenya
much.
Mitchell, thank you for coming through.
I appreciate you guys so much.
We appreciate you.
It's a Big Tigger Morning Show with Jazzy and McBee on V103.